WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom, it's Tanner, and we are joined by friend of the program, Roy Boomer Nayder.
Oh, thank you for the nickname.
Bud?
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I always throw it in every once in a while. So how you boys doing? Anything exciting?
What's going on, Americans?
Going on?
I don't think we have anything exciting. I feel like you do, though.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah.
You can tell the world.
Our lives are fine.
I said hockey world. Jesus Christ!
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear hockey world.
So Four Nations is what?
What did you do? What did you do?
What did you do,
Zach?
Yeah.
I got engaged.
That's right.
Oh,
Thank
Congrats.
you.
that's not what I thought it was. Okay. I thought it was the child announcement. You were talking about how you were having a kid.
God, no. Not till I'm 40. So not till I'm 40. Sorry. I said it's got to be before I'm 40. But anyway, all right. Four Nations. I'll be first one, hands up. I was wrong. I was a fool to think that this wasn't going to be a great tournament and experience. This has been fucking fantastic.
Yeah. I think if you would have heard, I don't know, did you listen to Zach Rowinski's interview on 32 Thoughts?
Yeah. Oh, like a little while back.
Because he was like, yeah, I think guys are really ready for this. They were so jacked.
It seemed like the guys that were playing were jacked, but obviously a lot of the other guys were annoyed in some ways.
Well, yeah, because there's
because they only picked
who it was on what chaos. They had a guy that was Czechnia from Czechia. Czechia. Yeah, they're like, are you excited for it? He goes, I'm excited because I get to go to Mexico. He goes, I can care less.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's maybe next year when it's the Olympics, you can be excited. But unless you're a part of the only four nations in the entire world, then what are you going to be excited about?
Oh, and they barely were able to fill some of the rosters. Finland barely got their D filled.
Well, yeah, because Heiskanen got injured right before it, and then Ristolainen, and then there was one more injury to the D core, and they literally the only defenseman in the NHL that's not on Finland right now is Ville Heinola, and I think he's more of an AHL guy.
Yeah.
Could they have taken AHL guys?
Yeah, why not?
Could they have? Yeah, why not? They would just be a call up.
I just didn't know. I didn't know because it's I don't know.
I think everything is pretty much NHL except for the point system, which is nice.
I think it makes sense. Yeah.
I love the 3-point system.
Yeah. It's good for stuff like this, just to create that separation. But I don't think it's good for regular season stuff. I
think there should be some sort of adjustment with the point system when it comes to shootout and overtime. I think if it goes to a shootout, there should only be 1 point available, and that goes to the winning team.
So there's no 2 points for winning.
So if you go to a shootout and you lose, you don't get the extra point. Yeah, the extra point, the runner up point. You still get two. Yeah, you still get 2 points for the win, but if you go to shootout, you don't get any points.
Oh okay.
So you get 1 point for a shootout win.
Yeah, what was your one? You just said 1 point.
Yeah, for a win. Yeah.
No, if you lose, no. I'm saying, however it works, you get your 2 points if you win, normal.
Oh,
but if
okay.
you go to a shootout, you don't get the loser point. That's what I'm saying.
You're taking that win 1 point and moving it back over to the win column.
Correct. So if you don't get, if you win if you lose in overtime, in 3-on-3 overtime, you get the loser point.
What if instead we just do 3 points for an overtime win and have all the teams try to get to overtime instead?
Just add a point. Mysterious point added.
Yeah, each team gets a point added.
Well, I mean, we're already adding a mysterious point anyway.
It's 3 points for a win in overtime and 1 point for an overtime loss. And then it's oh my God, all these games are going to overtime. This is insane. How do we can't handle all these overtime games. There's so much hockey being played.
Let's just really go crazy and get a roulette wheel with the various points, and you can even have a minus point and whatever after overtime ends. the winning team goes and they spin the wheel and whatever it lands on.
Hold on,
That's
even
what they
better
get.
idea.
And it's sponsored by Circus Sports.
Let's not even stop there. Let's go ahead and let's make the puck actually worth more than one goal and sometimes worth less than a goal.
You bring out the orange puck and the blue puck. If you score with the blue puck,
those would be really good colors for those pucks.
Yeah.
You take away goals from the other team if you score the blue pucks, and you give yourself more goals when you score the orange ones.
Was that NHL hits or something like that?
It's literally no, it's just NHL the 3-on-3 mode.
Was it? Okay, I thought hits had something like that too. But.
Hits had did hits have a 2-goal?
I can't remember.
Or minus?
No, maybe not. It was just the sniper spot that I remember. I think
maybe I don't remember, but it's been a while.
So yeah, Gary, next CBA, make NHL hits or NHL 3-on-3 mode in the Gator game, NHL hockey. That's what we're saying. That's what we got.
It should be.
Or longer overtime.
Just interference is off. it's allowed.
The opposite of what is happening right now. Too much interference is.
Yeah. All right? So you said make overtime longer, Roy. What do you guys think about the extended 3-on-3 before going to a shootout? I know Nathan
absolutely. I love it, especially if they were to somehow get rid of that, almost or add something like a sort of like a shot clock.
Oh,
10 minutes with someone
it back, just like the regroup.
Which I don't mind a regroup, but it definitely happens too much. Or they just keep circling back.
Yeah,
so,
but
you need to do it.
Shot clock because what are you gonna do? Just take a face off?
The other team gets it. Just dump it.
You just dump it in, toss it into the corner. You have to go touch the boards at your bench.
There you go.
Go back and play.
How about this penalty shot if you don't use the shot clock
or a penalty?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. If you get a penalty shot. And then we're just back at the shootout thing again, bud.
Let's make it a penalty. Delay of game penalty for taking too long.
That's true. You can do that.
That could be too. Yeah,
I definitely clappers from the blue line. Get on that puck.
I like the idea of extending it because McKinnon was complaining, it just makes it too tired out there. But I think that's the whole point you want to see these done in overtime and not go to a shootout.
Yeah.
And that's when mistakes are going to get made. And I think you said it, Tanner, at work, where you're like, well, maybe don't take every single shot in overtime and you won't be tired.
No, I didn't say that.
You didn't say that? Somebody said that. I don't know who said that. Somebody said that. They were talking about
I was saying I mean, that's the point. It's rotate the guys in. You're going to have to manage your fucking stamina. And if your first line can't go and you're putting your third line out there and you're getting matched up against the other top line, better hope they can handle it. Or maybe they'll shine and they'll score. A lot of guys that don't get that OT time will start to get some. And then you never know, some guys might be some heroes.
Yeah, 100% agree. But yeah, so this tournament has turned out to be a huge success. I think in terms of what the NHL is looking for. I mean, every single game, except not today, obviously, but leading up to today, it's almost seemed like every single game had some sort of most watched since, highest rating since. And it's definitely answered the question that a lot of people were like, is this going to be a friendly exhibition tournament or whatnot? But like you said, I mean, the players cared about these games, and with the national pride on the line, it meant a lot. So, I mean, you want to start right with USA Canada? Is there any other games you want to talk about leading to it? Because I mean, obviously that is the
marquee
top tier
game.
Yeah, that's what everybody's talking about, and pretty much what this tournament has been built for and leading to.
Yeah, they kind of just added a couple teams, but they're we really just want US Canada.
Yeah,
and it looks like we're gonna get it again. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It was if you quickly go over US Finland, it was 1-1 going into the third. Is that right? And then they scored 5, or was it 2-1? It was 2-1 going into the third, and then they scored 4 more. Either way, I mean, before the tournament started, I was super curious on it's not an IIHF tournament, so is fighting allowed? And then the answer was yes. Yep. It is absolutely allowed. And it was probably the best start to a game I've seen in a very long time, because I was losing my mind going just like, it's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah. It's just everything was built up right for this. I mean, you have the tension, in the political world and all that kind of stuff. You had the lead up with the anthems, being booed and all that. And you knew that I think these players know that, it's the reason why these anthems are really being booed, and it's not, at them, you're towards them or anything. You're towards everything that's going outside of hockey.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they can use that kind of as the extra fuel to the fire kind of thing, and really use it to their advantage. And I think that's what you saw the first 9 seconds on Saturday's game.
It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, great. So
what do you think about the first 9 seconds of that US-Canada game?
Well, it was great. I was watching it with my wife, who I'm still trying to teach hockey, and she was just very confused, trying to explain to her the political and hockey landscape at the same time of why this is happening. Like, hey, new U.S. citizen, this is what's going on in the United States. This is what's going on in hockey. She's like, they're not playing hockey. I was like, this is hockey. They're fighting.
Yeah.
It was great. It was definitely rough to try to explain it, but it was I think, like Zach said, it's nothing to do with really hockey itself. It has to do with the political climate of the world, but it's good motivation for players, because no matter like what, people don't give a shit really what's happening. The players do or do not, but on the ice there, it's all about hockey. So just use that as motivation to
maybe
show them up.
I don't think they really gave a shit. I don't really think the players care, because the players were already planning on doing it before they knew if anything was going to be booed or not.
Because there was that group chat and stuff like that. No, I'm saying that adds as extra motivation.
I'm just saying it's just like that's the extra, like, okay, we're doing this, and then you have the extra booze and all that, and it's like, oh fuck yeah, we're doing this, like, let's go, like
we're gonna fire him.
That extra like push to go, like
it was. Oh, dude, like the second the puck dropped, and then I saw like the separation, and then like the gloves on the ground, and like I was like, oh yeah. Like it took like a couple seconds for me to like, oh shit, it's going down right away. And then the fact that like we're all chatting like, holy fucking shit, like Matthew Tkachuk's a menace, and it's like I'm looking down at the text and I look up and I'm like, Brady's got him down too. What the
fuck? Brady's fight was a good fight. I like that one.
Yeah, dude. So, and then
them skating to each other in the penalty box and like literally
like dapping each other.
Like, yeah, like, oh my god.
And then all of a sudden JT Miller wants to get in on the action. He just chops somebody in front of the net and then just looks at everybody, drops his gloves like a madman. Just like,
well, who did he fight? Shit. They were saying someone was saying that they were going to try to go at it right before that, but Brady dropped it first, so they're like, we'll just play. And then they end up scuffling in front of the net, so they decided to go. I don't know why he decided to fight him.
He didn't. I don't think he cared. I think
he just wanted.
I'm going with anybody that's dropping.
Yeah, I mean, good for him for keep getting up after he just kept getting punched down. So
yeah, I saw this funny.
It's like the Canadian opponents got bigger each round, and I think the fighters for US got like. I mean, Brady might be a little bit bigger than Matthew, but I was gonna say they might have gotten smaller too, because JT Miller is definitely not as big as the Tkachuks.
Oh no. It's literally like all the memes that are coming from that too. Like people are like doing like the Bash brothers, and then the little Asian guy in the penalty box with them, like, oh, the new Bash brother, and they're just like Brady, Matthew, JT. Like, it's so funny. And then it's like I've seen people put Brady and Matthew Tkachuk's face over Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and Step Brothers saying,
that was going around, yeah.
Like, and then another tweet I saw what I thought was funny too is, how does Matthew Tkachuk look like a GQ model while Brady looks like he have to ask him or answer 3 riddles before you cross his bridge? Like, it's just, I love what this is doing for the game of hockey, and especially like the American players like this. And like we were saying in the group chat, Florida's got to do whatever they can to get Brady and Matthew on the same team. Like, this is amazing.
Oh my god, when I think Friedman was mentioning that like Ottawa's possibly shopping Brady, I was like, we need to get him. Like, absolutely get him. Do whatever you can. Like that guy he's a fucking leader. Like,
Are you on Chicago?
yes, like that would be incredible, and also incredibly stupid if Ottawa's like, we're gonna move on. Like, all right, that's why you don't make the fucking playoffs, and you're
So
bad.
there's trade rumors going around, or not trade rumors, like mock trades I've seen on Twitter with that exact thing. Because there's a picture of like I'd sell my soul to get Brady Tkachuk in a Blackhawks sweater, and it's him edited into a jersey. And somebody that is a Canadians fan or Senators fan said to Chicago, Brady Tkachuk and Thomas Chabot, to Ottawa, one of Korchinski or Leshinov, Reichel, Kurashev, and the 2025 first round pick.
2025 Montreal or Toronto first rounder.
Yeah. I'm like,
all of that you're saying, or was there an or in there?
I think it's
or for Korchinski or Levshinov.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
they can have Korchinski. That's fine.
Also, like, we don't. Why do we need Chabot?
I mean,
maybe
sure. I mean, just throw something. I don't know. Throw him in.
Work because.
How about Seth Jones for Brady? Just straight up.
Dude, they can have that first round pick still. I don't.
Yeah, they can take that. That's good. That'd be good.
Dude, oh my god, that'd be amazing. It's got such a punchable face, man. The little fucking Gerber baby, man. Like,
dude, it's him, it's Brady and Charlie McAvoy that look like children, but they're like 6'3" and 6'4".
That was when they were both in the box together. That was another thing. My wife was like, they're not related. I was like, they are. I was like, I promise you, they are. I was like, I realize one's like super ugly, but
Jesus.
He is.
It's so funny because like he does like a lot of the between the period interviews and he's always got good shit to say, but I'm like, put a shirt on, bud.
Brady?
Yeah.
It's so funny how different they do look. And like I said, Brady Tkachuk is a Gerber baby on a man's body, like his face on a man's body. Like, it's so fucking funny. Somebody said that and I just never have unseen it.
I think I might have said that to you.
Dude, whoever said it, credit to them, because it's like it's all I see now when I when I look at that kid. But
put it on make yourself a little meme. Put him on the Gerber.
Well, that's good. It might deter him from coming to Chicago. So let's not.
I don't think he's gonna watch this podcast.
I think we're okay. I think we're okay, Tanner.
It's gonna go viral. It's gonna make the rounds, and then he's gonna be like, "Who fucking made this?"
I mean, Zach's Keener's Cabbies was making around again not too long ago.
Was it really?
The jersey? Yeah, one of those hockey Instagrams that like rates things tier wise. One of those joking ones.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did we at least get a good rating?
It was about the fight. It was the cab incident. It wasn't about the jerseys. They just used the jersey.
And they used the jersey.
Yeah. So.
If you see that again, send it to me. I want to see
that.
that.
I will. I don't remember exactly who it was. I was like, this is annoying. And then I saw the jersey. I was like, I'll watch it.
They hooked you.
So,
but yeah, going into this game too, though, the other thing that I took away from US Canada was I am so glad Bedsy didn't get picked for Team Canada, because I'm pretty sure he would have fucking died in that game.
It's possible.
Yeah. A lot of people almost died. So.
The physicality of that, like, it's unreal. Like, oh man. And I'm talking about like Tom Wilson's already got his ticket punch for the Olympic because of that. I'm like, you think Tom Wilson's going to be able to handle this entire US team? That
I don't think Canada's going to go physical still. I think they'll stick with their speed and skill.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one of my favorite things right now about Team USA is the fact that they are bodying people. Dude, Charlie McAvoy fucking labeling McDavid like twice and like taking it to Crosby behind the net. I was like, holy shit, he does not care who the fuck you are. He's going to fuck you up. Like, I'm all about it.
I mean, he's got to look good in front of his father-in-law too. So
that's true. His father-in-law is the coach. New baby. That's right. What'd you say?
Mike Sullivan is the head coach, right?
Correct. Yes. He is the head coach. Yeah.
There's so many head coaches on there. Back to the fights real quick. How about the smile on Torts?
Oh yeah.
It was the exact opposite. Torts had a huge smile, and like John Cooper, like just looked so annoyed at hockey.
Yeah.
He's like, "What? Why?"
What's fucking happening?
Coach is like, this is what I want.
Yeah, dude, this is Torts' dream team, man.
Well, it's like they tried interviewing John Cooper. Was it in between the periods or like in
It was
between
something like that, yeah.
during the break? And they're like, I think it was Emily Kaplan or something, asked him about it. You could tell he was trying to like avoid saying he hated it. He was just like skirting around the answer. He's like, yeah, it happened. It's hockey.
Yeah.
He had a great quote today. I think they were asking about, fighting and all that. Like, do you think that went too far or something? And do you like to expect it like again on the championship? And he basically goes, I don't know. I didn't see anybody going for the exits when it started. So like, I was like, that's actually a great fucking quote.
I mean, if anything, like it brought fans in, especially going against the NBA All-Star skills competition.
Yeah.
Everyone hates that skills competition already, and you put that up against like NBA fans don't like watching it. So
the amount of like accounts that I've seen talking about how amazing the NHL is compared to the NBA All-Star game, the NFL All-Star game, and all that kind of stuff that I've never seen even mention the word hockey in any of their content. It's unreal. Like they have absolutely knocked it out of the park with this.
Oh yeah.
Well, luckily this is going against it instead of like the NHL All-Stars, because that's dumb too. So
I mean, we'll never see an NHL All-Star game again, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, at least every couple years we won't, because they're doing alternating now between World Cup and Olympics, depending on when that is.
But you got to think about it. When Canada becomes the 51st state, we're not going to get this kind of matchup again.
No, you'll get
Northern United States, Southern United States.
Yeah, you got like it's like old US and new US.
Yeah. But no, I think that honestly, with the World Cup being announced again and that being opposite, like you said, alternate years of the Olympics, I think you just built in a 2-week, especially, I guess this depends on when they're doing the World Cup. Like if they do the World Cup at this time frame,
I think that's the plan.
So if they do it during this time frame too, it's like I would just do every February you have a 2-week break. You do either the Olympics, the World Cup, or Four Nations.
Yeah,
just built it in that way.
It would be really neat if
I don't mind
you can do like some sort of relegation for the Four Nations. Like if you come in fourth, then like some team, other country, like, can pop in. I just don't know if there's enough NHLers from other countries to like fill out a team other than Russia.
They got to let Russia back in.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's literally it though. Like Czechia is probably next, and I don't think they can field a team with extras.
And that's the thing too about the World Cup that they announced, that they said it's going to be 8 teams, that it is not an IIHF event, so it's only going to strictly be NHL, and they're not doing the gimmick teams like the Team Europe and Team North America,
which I don't know how they can field 8 teams without gimmicks in some way.
That's so it's like what?
Well, yes, you have the 4 plus what? Are you getting Russia and Czechia?
Germany?
Are they going to bring? Oh, they're also going to bring in for the World Cup. Bring in non-NHL players. You have to.
Can they do that if it's not an IIHFA or I can't.
IIHF.
International Ice Hockey Federation.
Yes, event. Like since they're not doing that, are they allowed to bring in outside players?
I mean, the NHL has a lot of pull over being the top league. I mean, that's why they were able to get away with all the Olympic stuff for years, and then they only brought back the Olympics when the Olympics agreed to the NHL's terms. So,
you know what they should do is just take like the previous Stanley Cup winner and have them face off against the top team in the KHL.
I don't think that would go very well.
And then the winner or the loser has to concede land.
Alaska.
Yeah, we'll get rid of Alaska. That's fine.
Yeah, Alaska's.
I don't think we're losing the fucking KHL team.
Every 2 years, Alaska's up for grabs.
That's how we take Canada too. We just every time we beat them in World Juniors or something, we get a little more of their land, just moving north.
That's
how upset do you think Canada is right now that like they lose in World Juniors to us, and then they lose in the Four Nations to us?
We'll see what happens in the championship game.
Slowly fucking taking their pride and joy away from them.
Well, they're really banging on the men's team because that's all they keep saying is how we haven't beat them in men's. And I was like, yeah, but men's don't really play anymore. The juniors, we keep. When was the last time you won? Like
the last time they did best on best, U.S. beat Canada in the round robin in the Olympics in 2010, and then Canada came back and won in the gold medal game with the golden goal. But I mean, honestly, it's hard to argue that USA Hockey, it might not be completely, but it's a lot closer of a gap than what I think it was even 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You know, like American hockey is just becoming a just powerhouse.
Mm-hmm. Especially like the age range we're watching right now is still a lot of the older guys. That Canada probably still has an edge up on us, but all these younger kids coming in, I think we definitely have an edge on them, especially still when it comes to goaltending and defense with the NCAA and everything like that, holding players for longer. So we'll see how everything changes with all those new rule changes, but our defense and goaltending, we've been putting out, I think, better players for years now.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, Canada's goaltending has gone extremely downhill. Yeah, and it's funny because the goalies that they chose are not even close to the best goalies this year. Like, you could have done a lot better.
Dude, the whole Logan Thompson thing, like, he's been playing fantastic. It's like, yeah, you want to go with a track record and all that, but it's like at the same time, you have to take an account for what the players are doing currently.
And what did they say? Like, that was, you're probably going to say it right now.
Yeah, Bruce Cassidy and Peter DeBoer were like, no, issues we had with him in Vegas, or, you know, their experience in Vegas, they didn't want him. Tough fucking shit. If you're playing for national, like, you know, you're the national team and you want the best of the best, you go with who's the best right now. And Binnington is not the best. Like, no, I'm sorry.
I was surprised at Binnington over Hill a little bit. But I mean, now you're stuck with him. They got to play him out.
Yeah, and I think it's really funny that they chose to go with Binnington, even though the last game he played before the Four Nations, he gave up 5 goals to the Blackhawks.
He got that win, though. Come on now. He got the win.
I think that's I haven't paid attention to his like saves and stuff, but that's all he's got for him is wins, and it's usually not him winning games.
He's got like an under like it's like 8-7 something save
I think
percentage.
I think it was 8-9 something.
8-9 something. Maybe it was 8-9-7. Maybe that's what it was.
I'll find out right now.
But yeah, it's just I don't know.
One thing Binnington does have for him is he's good with the stick. He's one of the better goalies at stick handling and stuff like that.
9-7?
8-9-7, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I feel like no rebound control.
No, and I feel his angles, he plays his angles really badly. The amount of soft goals he's let up this tournament. I mean, and in general, it blows my, I'm not complaining because it works in the US favor, but it just blows my mind that they think that was his best bet. You want to run with, like, you know, the old guard and not, you know, pass on to the younger players and all that kind of stuff, then why didn't you go with like Marc-Andre or have him on the roster or something, you know? Like, it doesn't make sense to me what they were doing in that aspect of their team.
I mean, you could easily just gone with like Cam Talbot, Darcy Kemper. I mean, Sam Montembeau's got the same save percentage and more wins, and he's playing for Montreal.
Dude, Darcy Kemper's been having a great season too. I mean, it's not like, I mean, I don't think his numbers are fantastic, but I mean, LA has been doing good, and he's been like really having like a resurgence out in LA after last season in Washington.
Dude, even Stuart Skinner's having a better year. But the goalies you really should have gone with was either Logan Thompson or Mackenzie Blackwood.
And Mackenzie Blackwood was not going to get a look at because of starting on in San Jose.
Yeah, which is crazy because he's got a 917 save percentage.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts, man. But hey, USA baby. Bucky.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah. And I mean, even if Hellbuck wasn't in net, Ottinger and Swayman are still probably the best options of any team.
dude, I mean, yeah, like look at the top. I mean, USA is got to have the best goalie group besides the Russians that could have fielded the full team, right? Like, I mean, it was Russia probably, and then USA in terms of the 3 goalie system. Would you argue? Or?
I'd say you can easily argue USA is number one because Russia, you probably go like Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, Sorokin, or maybe Bobrovsky. But USA, you can still like say Hellebuck, Ottinger, Swayman, or even Demko if he was healthy. Like those top 4 goalies are all 4 are really good for both teams.
Damn, I forgot about Markstrom getting hurt. That could have been a different game for Sweden too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, their goaltending isn't really too much it's hurting them a little bit, but they're not playing well overall. Yeah. They seem the roughest out of everyone when it comes to
they lost to
every
Finland.
aspect. Yeah.
They also fill in overtime, but
yeah. It still wasn't. It was like a sloppy game, which again, they're 2 big rivals too. So I was hoping for a nice fun game to watch, and it wasn't really fun to watch. So, but
yeah. So, any other takeaways from Saturday's game against USA and Canada?
Crosby played like shit. I mean, he did. So
I like Gensel getting a goal. Larkin getting a goal, playing on the 4th line. That was a nice rip.
Larkin just seems like a great team guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like his intermission interview.
Yes.
And he's like, they're like, oh, you're playing 4th line minutes. Like, how do you go by that? Or like, how do you manage for that? He goes, just do whatever the team needs, man. Because I scored one of the biggest goals of my career, and he goes, I'll hopefully get another one. And then he goes and he assists on the game winner.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these guys that are playing are just happy to be here.
Insisted on the empty netter.
Oh, empty netter. Yeah, sorry, he was the game winner.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of these guys are that way. And you know what? I'd really hope that like if they do win on Thursday, yeah. we get some locker room action. It just oh mama, don't you cry.
I was gonna ask, do they do that? Do you think they do that, or is that just a World Juniors thing?
I think that's just a World Juniors thing.
I don't care, dude. They fucking give it to me.
Hey, enough of them play for the World Junior team. They can do it.
Wait, aren't they doing? They're doing Freebird anyway.
That's true. It's the goal song.
Do we ever? I don't remember what we used last time. It was 15 years ago, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna go through here really quick on this roster. Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel has been, I think, really putting the cherry on top of his career. Like, I know it's weird to say because he's so young, but I mean, like he is becoming noticeably, probably under sneaky one of the best American-born players.
That's
out
true.
There.
I can see that.
I mean, remember they were arguing for that years ago, and then it sort of dropped, and then
because he got hurt and he had that injury and all that kind of stuff, and then he got that surgery that it was him taking a huge risk by doing the surgery that hasn't been proven. And I mean, high risk, high reward for sure on this one for him.
Yeah, he was a +2.
I'm looking
20
at
minutes of ice time
stats for US born players currently in the NHL, and it's one of those times where if some of these guys weren't able to make it, the team would still be pretty solid because you still have options like Clayton Keller, you still have Jason Robertson, Cole Caulfield, Tage Thompson, Alex Tuck. What's funny? Lane Hudson's up there too, so look out for him in the future. But they have Trocheck on there, right? You know who has the same amount of points as Trocheck? Ryan Donato, baby.
There we go.
Get Donato to Team USA.
Here's the other thing too. This team doesn't have Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, it's true.
Like that's scary. Like this defense has been unreal, and you're missing your best piece.
Well, wasn't it? They were missing Cale Makar too. So it was the two top defensemen in the world right now were both out that game.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we get we get the excuse now though if we lose on Thursday that our best defenseman was out.
And half our team is hurt now.
Yeah, right? Jeez. Just I want another game where like they just drop the mitts right off the rip again.
It's not going to happen.
No, it'll probably be more of a finesse game, and hopefully we come out hitting.
I feel like somebody's going to try and get in a scrap because the second because they're in Boston. If they get something like that happening, the crowd's going to go fucking bananas.
They need to get Marchand to do something and just really confuse the fucking Boston crowd of what to do.
Boom.
Do you boo? Do you cheer? What do we do?
What is it on the What's Chaos podcast? They had Marchand on, and they asked him about like coming to playing for Canada, what it's like going to be booed in TD Garden. They're like, "Oh, you're probably used to that this season already."
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was so good. He was so caught off guard by that too.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh." He took it really well. I'm a little annoyed because like him throughout the years, I've always like sort of hated him, but all these now podcasts and interviews everyone does, I'm like, he's a funny guy.
That's why you gotta, you know what? You gotta just if it's somebody you don't like, you gotta just ignore them. You can't humanize them. Yeah, you can't let them be humans.
You don't want him traded to the Hawks?
Honestly, no. He's one player that I honestly could say I would not want on the Hawks.
I don't think he would do anything really for us, though. I agree.
It's past his prime.
I meant we don't like the grittiness that he would do. He's a good goal scorer and gritty, but we don't quite. There's younger guys we can do and get that from. So.
Yeah. We don't need any more Boston rejects, though.
Who else?
Yeah, because we don't want to name our captain anymore. If they come to Chicago, they have to get named captain for at least a year.
I like Nick Foligno. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say I like our captain.
Taylor
I
like Tyler Bertuzzi.
Oh, we do have quite a few. I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, Nick Foligno's great. All right, so championship game Thursday, 7:00 TNT. Let's go predictions. Who's going to be the biggest choke artist? Mitch Marner or Austin Matthews? Who is the real problem in Toronto? We will find out.
Bennington is the problem in Toronto.
He's going to be the choke artist.
Well, no, that's easy decision for Toronto right there. Austin Matthews win. Austin Matthews wins. Okay, well, clearly he can win the championship, so they just let Marner walk.
I think Marner's been looking better this tournament than Matthews has.
Matthews had the chance on the open net and he got blocked. It's like, oh, bud, come on.
He was a -1.
He needs to
for USA versus Canada. He was the only minus we had on offense.
Of course.
So
fourth line.
He needs to. Speaking of Austin Matthews, he needs to just let go of the hair, man. That hairline is
just shave it
so bad.
Monk style, man.
For a style guy, like he looks so bad.
Just stash. Only stash. Bald head.
Okay, so all right.
Call him Uncle Poppy.
Game 7, or not game 7, Jesus Christ. Technically it's a game 7. It's like a game 7. Winner takes all. Four Nations Championship, Thursday, 7:00. Toronto, Jesus Christ. Canada versus US. Who are you guys like? What's your guys' predictions for this?
Well, I hope Canada wins.
Yeah. Give me your biased US pick, and then give me your legitimate pick for what you think.
6-1 US.
Just dismantled.
No empty netters. Just fucking 6 goals straight up.
all in the first 10 seconds.
It'd be actually really funny if there was another 17-second situation.
Oh yeah.
But it would have to be like Canada against US because it's in Boston, but I don't want that to happen.
Who on Boston is on USA?
Charlie McAvoy.
That's playing. Is there anyone else? No.
Oh no, Swayman, but he's not going to be in.
So I was gonna say if one of them got that 17-second, but
I think U.S. over Canada 4-3 overtime.
overtime would be great. So
It's probably going to be 2-1, probably overtime.
Who?
Oh, US.
Okay,
It's gotta be US.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're gonna say it. I gotta get you to
And
say
you
it.
know what? It's going to end up being like Reinhardt who scores for Canada, and then it's going to be like Jack Hughes just like randomly fucking getting one. And
He
then the
hasn't been looking great
the winner's going to be Matthew Tkachuk, and then the Boston fans are going to not know who the fuck to root for.
What are you saying, Roy?
man, I don't like guessing shit. I feel like it's not good to guess. I got us in a tight game. So I'll leave it at that. So
Oh, we're playing.
I make a graphic. I'm literally just gonna write
us in a tight game.
Roy.
It's gonna be a tight game. So I don't want to bring any like voodoo or whatever to it. So just tight game. We'll probably win. Here you go.
Goals will be scored.
Yeah.
Goals will be scored.
Hockey.
So that'll be Thursday. And I guess real quick, we'll wrap up. We'll just keep this nice and quick here, unless you guys got something else you want to talk about.
I do.
Yeah.
I was told there would be trades.
There was a trade.
This break. I was told there would be trades this break. I haven't heard a single trade.
It was a minor league trade.
There was a couple minor league trades, I think.
That doesn't count.
But I was
told players were told that they probably weren't going to go back to their team.
Specifically on the Blackhawks,
not even.
I thought
it's more of like Jake Evans in Montreal.
I thought the Blackhawks said something like you guys might get traded during the break too.
No, it was just 32 thoughts, and it was just like the feeling around some players in the NHL was that like this opportunity was going to be a time where like trades were going to happen, and like they had played their last game for their teams, and then like during the break they were going to end up being somewhere else.
Well, it's coming up quick here because it's March 7th, so that's about 2 weeks?
Yeah, like 2.5, right?
2 weeks from Friday. So it's awesome that the trade deadline's on a Friday this year. I fucking love it. So yeah, someone's gonna give, a lot. It's gonna be fast and furious once the NHL picks up again. Because I was just about to like read some of the the Hawks start playing again on Saturday, and then it's like pretty much a game every other night. The occasional 2 nights off between a couple of them. So lots of hockey. So these teams are gonna want to get their team solidified. So I would not be surprised if it start like end of February is when the moves really start picking up here. Hawks come back on the 22nd against Columbus in Columbus, and then they played the 23rd against the Maple Leafs in Chicago. And I don't know when we'll record nets, but potentially on the 25th they play Utah Hockey Club. So that's a look ahead at the Hawks schedule. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else unless you guys want to talk about anything else.
I wonder, like, during these next few games, if there's going to be like healthy scratches of guys, in order to make sure they don't get hurt, in order for trade purposes. And then we're kind of like,
You think so?
Is it heating up?
I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of like false.
A lot of look out for this in the next 24 hours, and then it's been like 3 days, and you're like, okay, are we still looking out next 24 hours?
Like that giant trade that was supposed to maybe happen when the Rotten trade happened.
Yeah, there's supposed to be another one right after that.
Wasn't it? Yeah, that's not even the biggest one in the past 48 hours. And then,
I wonder, Crosby.
He
he's
came
not
out and
going
said
anywhere.
he's not going anywhere.
I don't think he's going anywhere either. So
Yeah.
I don't even think Marchand's going anywhere.
I don't. Yeah, does he have trade protection though?
No,
I'm
I don't
sure-
think so because he came out and said he realizes he might be traded and he just hopes Boston tells him if he is. So I imagine by that he doesn't have anything or whatever he has is limited.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
he's gonna
Or modified. He has 18 no trade
18.
list.
So I'm imagine he submitted it then if he's making comments like that.
Honestly, I would grow a lot more respect for Sweeney if he just trades Marchand without giving him a heads up and gets Marc-Andre flurried. That'd be amazing. Fuck Marchand.
Just trade your captains. That's the fun thing to do.
That's the Rangers thing to do.
I just hate that there's this little idea noodling in my brain that Steph Jones could potentially get traded. Like, I know it doesn't make sense. I know it's not going to probably happen until the offseason, but there's been enough said and enough case made why it could happen before the trade deadline that it's got me all excited.
It's one of those things where like I feel like the rumors are started by not the teams, but like the guys that want to start rumors, and then they picked up steam, and the teams are probably just like, no,
Or
not
the
right now.
Blackhawks started that to see if Dallas had any interest in it.
Yeah, right. It's like, hey, you got some injuries here.
Yeah,
Can
they
I interest you?
picked up guys for it. I think they're
But
waiting.
they still
I
could
think
put-
Dallas is waiting.
Fucking Cody Cece.
They can still put Miro on LTIR and get a lot more cap space to work
Hey.
with too.
Vegas has Shea Theodore going on injury.
Yeah.
Petrangelo. Uh-oh.
Who wants to make a $5 bet that Mark Stone, especially if Canada's losing, gets hurt on Thursday?
I honestly thought that was gonna happen. He's gonna play the whole game, and then he's gonna be out with a back injury until fucking what is it, April 19th?
Yeah, that's fucking. I hate
Hey, what a great day,
that. I fucking.
Oh
hate
yeah.
that. Happy birthday, Roy. Happy birthday, Megan.
Megan. It's Megan's birthday.
Megan and Roy, birthday twins.
Everything twins.
Peas in a pod.
So, all right, Roy. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, bud.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Got to come back on when we got some actual Hawks talk to talk about, and have fun with that.
Oh, I don't watch the Blackhawks.
All right, Tanner, what do you want to call it?
Fucking America.
You have to put the little fist emoji because he did that.
I can't do. I've tried doing emojis before in the podcast.
USA, we back. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. Gold medal? Question mark.
It's not a medal. It's a trophy.
Gold trophy
Gold first place. Four Nations.
under God.
Indivisible. What is it? It's like a Four Nations round robin. I don't know.
Are you still trying to come up with a title?
USA, Canada.
I thought you said it was
I
America.
mean, we sort of talked about USA and Canada, and that was about it.
How about fucking what is it? USA, Canada, electric.
Boogaloo.
Suck at Canada.
Suck it, Canada. And then I just don't want to do that. And then Canada smokes
Jinx
us
it.
on Thursday.
So the next episode will be Suck at Canada if we win.
Yeah.
USA versus Canada to Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Just next episode, if we win, it's going to be called "Oh Mama, Don't You Cry."
Ooh.
There you go.
Damn,
Free bird.
man.
But
You better write that down because I know we'll both forget about that before then. Okay. Got it.
it's in the head.
All right. Make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the big two. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, share the videos, podcast, or the YouTube channel is getting a little bit more traction. So we love it. So let's just keep going. And maybe we'll get Potes to do a watch along on Thursday for the championship game.
Come on,
which
Potes.
would be fucking cool as shit. Social media at WCB Podcast, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.